Part 3, Dr. O. I'm not gonna lie. If you like my stuff, you should like post mine. My only thing, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Dr. O. If you made it this far, I'm a little lazy, but it's because I have a anatomy exam on Monday, and I waited to the last minute to finish this. So I'm a little simplistic, but if you like the content part and the simplicity, you should use this as an example. But yeah, okay, questions covered. Okay, back on topic. Questions covered. How has the book changed your perceptions of disability? Number 2, what lessons have you found to be the most meaningful or impactful to your future practice? What changes to your future practice do you think you will implement after reading this book? Okay, got it? You ready? So, first of all, I didn't realize how many assumptions I had about disability until like checking out this book. You know, really and truly didn't know how to really talk to one. Didn't really know how to approach one. You never got into the mind of one to understand what's going on up there. So how to talk, what phrases to say, what phrases to not say. So now it's just a new perspective. In fact, it makes you want to go interact with someone. But she literally exposes how much we literally, or at least I don't understand about accessibility, equity in everyday life for disability people. Disabled people, forgive me, sorry. You know, okay, so question 2. Before reading this book, I saw disability mostly through a medical lens, like a diagnosis or condition. Rebecca helped me realize disability isn't just about personal experience, it's shaped by the environment around it. The real disabling part is often the way society is built to leave people out of it. So like, let me give you an example. When she shares how going to a party means calculating whether there'll be stairs, narrow doorways, accessible bathrooms, it made me realize what freedom was to me, or at least looks like to me. Because it could be a maze of limits for somebody else. Crazy. All right, this is one of the biggest takeaways right here. It's question 8, most meaningful lessons for future practice. One of the biggest takeaways. It's the idea that inclusion doesn't happen by accident. Think about that. It has to be intentional. Whether I'm working in healthcare, public service, education, whatever field, I need to stop assuming everyone has the same body, abilities, access as me, and mindset as me. Changes that I will permanently make in my life. In my future, well, at least for the question, changes I'll make in my own future practice. You know, after checking this book out, I now need to include disabled voices in decision making from the beginning. Not as an afterthought. I want to listen better, ask better questions, more thoughtful, caring questions to really get in there. I understand what's going on. Listen more and design spaces and systems that make people feel invited, not accommodated. It's just like, let me give you an example. I got 2 examples actually. One, I worked with a lot of, what's the proper word, but I believe it's illegal immigrants, but they worked in a kitchen. Nobody knew about them. It was just me. Like, they even kept the door closed so people couldn't see inside to see them dudes working back there, actually slaving away. It was really sad. But I learned how to deal with people who, with a language barrier that's this thick. How to deal with them, how to communicate with them, how to love them, and make them, like I said, make them feel invited, not accommodated. So, and it's the same principle with someone with a disability. You know, you won't treat them how everyone else treats them. You'll have a piece of their heart or their mind to know how to get in there. Example from the book, Rebecca points out that even well-meaning people can cause harm when they assume what disabled people need instead of asking. That stuck with me. In my future work, I want to ask before I act. And in closing, Sitting Pretty showed me that disability isn't a problem to fix. It's a perspective we desperately need to include. And I don't just want to understand that in theory. I want to live it out in practice.